procreating and concentrate on the 9 that you have.
You
can do, right. So from this point on, we're not going to...
I'm confused though. I'm confused. And this is a genuine question. Like, what kind of game does this guy have that he still gets good? Okay, so yeah, we're back. We're watching Full Disclosure episode 2. This time we're watching reacting to part 2. Title of this is I think you should get a vasectomy. That is the quotes that's in the title of this video. Part 1. Oh my, this man is not a real man. He is not a real person. I can tell you for a fact. I can tell you from a fact. He is from the metaverse. They downloaded him and inserted him for this video. He's not real. I can confirm it. Yeah, he's not real. He's not real. Well, the things he was saying in the first episode, he is not real. On the first part, I should say. Literally, NPC man. He's an NPC man. But part 2, apparently it gets even worse. And that's what we're here to watch. I have to hop straight in. But yeah, already, if you're new to the channel, I appreciate if you click that subscribe button. Drop a like and make sure you comment as you're watching through the video. If there's anything, obviously, that you enjoy, comment at the end as well. But I appreciate if you hit that like button. And yeah, let's start. Have to put the whole disclaimer there. There was no disclaimer on the first video. There's a disclaimer because of this man's presence.
Okay, so there's been a lot of shit that's gone down over the years. And I think instead of taking accountability, you've got an excuse for all of these things. And you're now still repeating those mistakes on even your youngest child.
No, I'm not.
Because it's just a repeat.
What do you mean?
I don't think your youngest child really knows you that well.
You open this window again.
Nah, you know what you were saying earlier on about sometimes where if you're not in the same, country or city as that person, yeah? Like, I talk to Ree, like, often, like, every day, you know what I'm saying to you? Like, and me and, you know what I'm saying? Me and her mum's just come to, like, a little, like, we're on a decent page.
An agreement?
Not an agreement, we're on a decent page. I don't like to make agreements because...
No, but what I'm saying is, when Kaya was younger, I felt like I was really going for it because there were times I needed your assistance. Like I said to you, it was traumatizing having a child that you've just been told that is deaf. She had 3 or 4 appointments every single week. And I still got to go to uni, and I still got to go to work. I've still got to pick her up. I still got to make dinner. I still got to do homework. And all I really ever wanted...
You spent like 10+ minutes on this and it's not deep at all. It's deep to me.
From you was just some assistance. Make that whole thing easier.
All right, imagine I'm doing what you're doing. Go and work, uni, college, whatever. I'm doing this. I'm also on the roads. I'm doing this. But at that, I have to then make my way over to you. That's
because you chose to put your penis in someone and ejaculate them, have a child. So that's now your role.
Okay.
Nobody asked you to do that.
Right, listen to me. And what I'm saying to you is...
You came up with the word ejaculation. Ejaculation. Ejaculate. If you can ejaculate, can you dejaculate? Would that be the opposite? Or would it be unjaculate? I'm going off on a tangent. Let me focus.
She asked me to do it. Whoever. But what I'm trying to say to you is this. Look, I'm not saying that, like, bro, like, I feel like you're just acting like I too didn't have hella shit going on, plus kids that you're banging out. I had all of that.
You've just said
all of that.
Okay, yeah.
Plus some street shit, plus 1 million kids.
No. You do have 1 million kids. The point of the matter is, I understand that you have a lot of kids, and I understand that you can't. You put me in a situation where I had to just accept that you have to be divided between many households. So remember, I wasn't inconsiderate to the point where I was like, you need to be here all the time. But Kaya is your only child that's disabled, so I just needed a little bit more.
She's not disabled.
She's deaf, and that's a disability.
She's not disabled.
Kaya is your...
He's making it out as if he didn't. Word.
Your only child that is the only child out of your 9 that has a disability. Is that grammatically correct for you?
I don't even see it like that. She's
You
norm.
don't see it like
Us
that.
Caribbeans, you don't raise our kids like that, you know.
But
You're
how
norm.
do you feel that she felt? How traumatizing do you
Honestly,
think that was for her?
can I be honest? I just tried to block it out.
But
If I can't receive that
felt
pain,
your absence. She felt like
I wasn't absent like that, though.
I'm going through this really traumatizing thing, and my dad's not here. She's getting head surgery. My dad's not here. I've got to move schools to a deaf school. My dad's not here. All these things that she went through, and I'm there trying to be mum to her.
Maybe you can tell that every time we spoke.
I guess if she's moving to a school, if the daughter goes to a school of deaf people, then her friends might not obviously watch this video. Oh, they can read, innit? Yeah, her friends are watching this video. Nah, kids embarrassed to have a wig.
It's not like every time we
No,
spoke,
I don't think we did, but I tried not. The thing is,
because if like even if I hadn't popped up and seen her, I guarantee you I'd spoken to you.
no, but do you know what it is? It was more, no, but Lorraine, no one could ever get in contact with you, first of all. But it's more so that I couldn't introduce you back into, because remember there would be large periods, like 3-4 months where you hadn't seen her. So I wouldn't just start saying your name if you weren't going to be there, because the thing is, Kaya would then be like, where's my dad?
I get that. No.
Where's
I
my
fully
dad? She'd
do- I
be
fully do get
messaging.
that.
So it was almost like I had to be careful and understand at what point is he going to be in her life, and then I can be like, oh, dad.
I tell it like deaf people lost all their senses. Sometimes that is what I think when I think of like a deaf person or a blind person. No, more so deaf. I don't know why. Like blind, I get it, you can't see in it, but you can hear, you can touch, you can smell, you can speak and right. But like deaf people, because deaf people oftentimes don't speak. I think I just attribute everything to them. So if you're deaf and I don't deep it properly, I'm going to assume that you're blind and you're dumb and yeah.
Daddy called today, because remember, she would often text your mum, your brothers, have you seen my dad? That wasn't nice for her, because she just hadn't heard from you. And then she's asking me, where's my dad, mum? And I don't know. I ain't got a clue. I can't even tell you where. And if I had a relationship with any of your baby mums, at least I could text them or say to them, look, have you seen, can you please let him know that, you know, his daughter would really like to see him. But because we had that relationship where there was always beef and drama, there was no real communication. All I knew is I just haven't seen you for 4 months. And that was a lot for her. The impact that had on your daughter was she genuinely grew up for a long time thinking that you didn't care about her.
Yeah, I probably can't fathom that coming from my perspective, but yeah, all right, cool.
Another thing that I think I had to do that...
What? Why not? Why can't you fathom that? Why can't you understand that? At least, you know, baby steps in it. At least he's not rebuttaling, you know. At least he's not arguing.
That really helped is there was a point where I got to...
Yeah, some form of character development.
I got to where I realised you are who you are. You're not going to change, and I can't change you. That's a transition that you have to go through by yourself, because if you've had all these children, you're still not changing. There's nothing I can say or do to you.
What do you mean that? Do you think I'm a bad guy?
I think you are genuinely the most evil human being I've ever met, and I'm not even lying when I say that.
Shut
and
up,
that's
fam.
based
Just
off of
shut
the
up,
other things that I'm not saying on camera.
Just shut up, fam. You know me better than that, bro.
Exactly. And I've seen some really dark stuff. Things that you've done that I can genuinely say, I don't know another man that's done that to another female.
Crazy.
Like, stop that. Cuz, this ain't fucking Narnia, bro. Like, there's real life shit that goes on in
What did that have to do to Nadia?
Ev, I beg in it, because now you're upsetting me, bro. Like, I'm some dark guy, like, I'm the dark
I genuinely believe that.
Bro,
I genuinely believe that. I'm not even lying.
Ev, I've gone above and beyond certain time for your ass, bro.
And do you know what? Do you know what? For me or your daughter, for me or your daughter, do you know what, Lorraine? We can't speak about a small amount of time when we were together, when
I'm not even talking about that, Ev. This is what disgusts me the most about what you just said, yeah? Like, it's because you know me better, fam.
I've seen you do some horrible things, and it really questions your
but
character
you know better
for
than
me.
that, though. But Ev, you know
So
me.
you are not what you do, is what you're saying?
Nah, I feel like you know.
Or you're a victim of your circumstances.
I feel like you know, L, like, cuz, but.
I said, I've seen you do some dark stuff. He's like, yeah, but you know me better than that. She knows the stuff you've done. What?
You know what? You're not even a bad guy.
Do you know what it is? I'm not saying you are a bad
So what
guy.
you're telling
I'm
me is-
saying
what
that
you're telling
out
me
of
is now this,
everyone
yeah?
that I know, you needed to listen to my statement. Out of everyone that I know,
Yeah.
you are honestly the worst. I've never met anyone
You
like
know a bunch
you.
of neeks,
Maybe. I just know good people.
so I'm not a good person.
Nope.
I don't, do you know, it's better that I don't answer that. But what
Am I a good person or not?
What, do I think you're
Not
a good
in your
person?
eyes.
I don't know who you are anymore because we barely speak.
Damn right, fam. I'm
So
a
I know
big
who you
dog.
were.
You're a pup.
I know that
What
I
is
had to
wrong
place
with this
people. I got to the point where
guy?
I realised I have to place the love that I want my child to receive. I have to place that love in there because I can't get that from you. So I would put people like
Cuz,
Paul.
I've got so much
Do you remember
love
when
to
you?
give.
Do you
But
remember
see
when
what
you
it
had
is?
an issue with Paul and you were like,
I
"What's
had
going
no
on
issue
there?"
with Paul. I just thought he was banging him. I just thought it was weird, fam.
Yeah. Well, we never.
It's like-
never. He
Cuz-
just. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why Paul stepped in as stepfather role for Kaya because he saw what she was going through and he said, "This girl needs a dad, and I'm going to do that for her."
This is what
This
I'm
is
saying
a
to
man
you,
that has
Evelyn,
never
Evelyn,
touched
Evelyn,
me.
Evelyn. I don't
My
even
mum sees
care.
him as her
I
son.
don't care,
But doesn't that-
Paul is a lovely guy. Like he's generally a nice guy. And you know what?
But
I have
he's
to
filled
credit
in
any
for
man.
you
I
a
have to
lot.
credit any man, yeah, that steps in and can teach my daughter certain things. Like, listen, fam, I'm not. And this is what I'm trying to say to you. I'm not an ignorant guy like that. But I have to keep referring back to this, like, oh, he wasn't like.
Okay. Well, we've gotten over that. I feel like you wasn't there. I feel like you were there 15%. You feel like you were there 50%.
That's a big margin. Our margins are too big.
No,
You're gonna have to decrease that.
no.
You're gonna have to decrease that.
I feel like
you have to decrease that right now.
everybody in Kaya's life.
The other man on the road definitely send him shops to buy cigarettes. Hey, don't have that. This guy, what, you're Laroni. Don't, why should calling you a runner? You're saying you're someone's younger. At your big age, at 34. He's saying you're a runner. No way. Hey, my show said it, not me. Hey, no. That's fun.
Will testify to the fact that it's 15%. I think that there were times where I would see people and they'd say, "Oh yeah, how's Lerone?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I saw him last week. Oh, he said Kaya's doing well." And I'm like, "How would he know? He ain't seen her in 6 months." So you give this impression to people that you did, even to your family.
Well, you just said the longest I've gone without seeing Carrie is 11 months.
Yeah.
So what is it, 11 months every year?
No, you do 11 months. No, let me tell you what
Because
the
that means I've
no,
been
let
in
me
her
tell you
life
what the
then, bro.
pattern was. The
Hang on a
pattern,
minute.
go on.
Go on, tell me the pattern.
Your pattern would be 11 months. Then you'd feel bad, and then you'd come, and then you'd be amazing. And I'm
Bollocks.
like,
I'll
hold
tell you
on. Then I'd think to myself, wow, he's back. You'd be picking up from school. You'd be doing the school runs. And then I'd be like, wow, he's back. He's learned his lesson. And then it was always to do with something. Either you wouldn't turn up, and that would be the catalyst that literally started this whole season. That would start this whole season of you not seeing your child. So you do what you're supposed to do. I'm not saying that you didn't, but you do it until you basically fucked up. And then it's like, okay, now I can't
See,
be
in your eyes, it's a fuck up. In my eyes, it's like, listen,
Not
I've got some
turning
real
up
life
to-
shit going on now.
Not turning
And this
up.
has to take precedence.
Saying to your daughter, I'm coming to pick you up, 7 o'clock. Where are we going? We're going to go to the park, then we're going to go to Nanny's. Having my daughter get ready, sit there waiting for you, and you do not turn up, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Right, okay?
It is.
So the point of the matter is, that wasn't a one-off.
It
That
is.
was a regular occurrence.
It did happen often, yeah.
Right. So do you not think that has had an impact on the relationship that you now have with her? Where she cannot rely on you.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know whether to make plans.
Progress.
So when I say to you, don't know her, the point I'm trying to make is Kaya wants to share. Kaya is honestly, let me tell you about your daughter. Everyone that meets her says she's the most amazing teenager they've ever met. She's polite. She's so helpful. She can cook. She can clean. She loves people. Throughout her whole life, teachers have told me, This girl is amazing.
Fam,
Hold
do you know
on.
the times when I felt like you already know when you were absent, fam? You were trying to live your fucking life. Excuse my language.
Really?
You were trying to live your life, brother.
Really?
Cuz, don't make me.
Okay, no. Let's go with this. I was trying to live my life. Okay.
Yeah? And I wasn't happy with the upbringing of my daughter.
How would you know if you weren't there that's what I was doing? You weren't there.
I wasn't there at all, yeah?
So
Listen.
the one time you're there, you're saying I was trying to live my life, but 90% of the time you weren't even there. So how do you know this?
Because I'm telling you, we've got two different sides of the shit. There was some questionable shit on my side. I'm like,
Yeah.
are you struggling, fam?
So then why didn't you
And you
help me
even
more?
admitted you were struggling.
So why didn't you help me more?
Because I wasn't
I
able
was
to.
struggling.
Yeah,
I
you
was
were struggling.
struggling.
Yeah, so exactly. So why are we just talking about my
Laverne,
what do you call it?
I was in uni, I had a full-time job and I had a deaf child. I was struggling. Trust me.
Okay, Evelyn.
That's
do
a
you
tough
think,
life.
fam, you're the only person in life that does shit?
No, I can only talk about my experiences. I know how that was for me.
All right, listen. We're talking about before uni and all that. Because it was only the early days. You got a lot better.
I went to college when Kai was
better.
9 months. I've been in
Who the hell told you to do that shit then? You just had a youth, fam. Chill out.
Okay,
Relax.
all right. Lauren, we're not going to question why I went to college when she was 9 months because I
Alright, listen,
literally
Evelyn,
just
yeah?
had a child and I
Alright,
wanted
cool,
to get an
cool. You know what I'm
education.
telling
And I
you?
remember you used to say shit like that and that used to piss me off.
What?
You weren't supportive of my education. It was really like...
Because, bro, in my head, you do both and neither one get your full attention.
Yeah, but I've created a really lovely life for her because of that.
Okay, yeah, you've done well. I had to just give a quick little think, but yeah, you've done well.
And that's the reason why I did all of that, because I knew what I was trying to do for her in the future.
But I guarantee
Your daughter
we
goes
get-
to private school, that's not a small achievement.
Fam, listen to me, my bro. Let's not, because, look, you've done well, fam. Yeah, but
Thank you.
I still, you know what I'm saying?
You said, listen to me, my bro.
Ultimately, if I was such a shit parent or whatever the hell, I wouldn't talk to my daughter every day.
I wouldn't describe you as a shit parent. I would say that I think because of your choices, I think you should get a vasectomy, first of all. And I think because of those choices, I really think you should.
Why?
Because I think you clearly like to have sex without a condom. So why not just get a vasectomy and then stop procreating?
Don't you?
How many children do I have?
You're just a bit more careful than I am.
So this is what I'm trying to say. Because you're not careful, whatever you want to call it.
Actually, I am careful, but obviously, you know.
You're careful.
All right, let me be honest. I check something.
Can we just resonate on
Let's
that?
check something. Let's check something.
You're careful,
All right,
okay.
Listen, the last woman to mother one of my children, would have known that I had all these other children, yes or no?
Sorry, I've just been
Yes
in that
or
moment
no,
for a second.
nigga?
Sorry, start
Yes
again.
or no?
Start again.
The last woman, take this seriously, cuz.
Yeah, no, but you just said
He's
you're
gonna hit me
careful.
mad. I'm gonna end up throwing something in a minute.
Sorry, go on.
So, the last woman to mother one of my children,
Yeah.
would she not have known that I had so many children?
Yeah, I think the only
So she
person
must have
that...
seen something in me, dummy.
Okay, Laverne, that you don't need to call me names, okay? Number one. Number two, you've obviously got something about you that attracts
This guy
women to
is
you,
a big
I don't know what that is,
child,
but
bro.
you know what it is.
Shut up.
You know what it is.
Whatever.
Yeah? So that's between you
Listen,
and them.
I don't rely on my looks anymore anyway.
I never said it was your looks, because I'm not...
Oh,
I didn't say it was your looks.
okay.
But the point I'm trying to make is obviously
He's violating him, you know.
there's a reason why you attract women to you, but I think you give them this false narrative that you're going to be this faithful boyfriend, and I think you play. Boyfriend.
If that's the case, why am I not with any of the women?
No, because the reality of when they have your child, and then they actually see what you're actually really like, is the reason why you're not with them.
No, maybe I just got bored of hitting it.
You got bored of hitting 5 different women that you have 9 children for.
Y'all are nice, but
Plus-
you're not leng. So therefore,
No one cares about that, though. Who cares
Yeah,
if
but I'm
anyone's
telling you,
leng?
You're sitting down there trying to make out like, oh, so it's you because basically that's no reason. No,
Not
how do you know
speak.
I didn't just move on as a person?
Okay, so
Maybe
you
I outgrew
moved.
you.
There's a question I need to ask you actually. If women did not have abortions for you, how many kids do you think you would have?
9.
No, I've calculated it's about 14.
That means you know about abortions I didn't know about.
Probably.
Your point?
At some point, you have to ask yourself, because I'm forever waiting for that call of Evelyn, I'm having another baby. I'm waiting for the call.
Listen
and
to
it
me.
gets to a point where I'm like, look, why don't you concentrate on the 9? Stop procreating and concentrate on the 9 that you have.
I do.
You can do, right. So from this point on, we're not going
I'm confused though. I'm confused. And this is a genuine question. Like, what kind of game does this guy have that he still gets girls? That's my question. Like, what type of game does he have that he still gets girls? Like, or is he just crazy in the bedroom or something? Like, he doesn't seem like a smooth talker. So what's the deal? Like, what's the deal?
have any more, I'm not going to get a call saying that you're going to have another child.
Or not unless I'm with the girl and we settle down and that, kids and that.
Why don't you settle down with one of your baby mums?
Why would I
Or
do that?
one of the mothers
I'm
of
old
your
enough to know the 2
children?
months history. I'm old enough to know the 2 months history.
Okay, so you cannot settle down with any of
There's
them.
too much history that's gone on.
But it's what you've done to
irreparable.
them.
Well, no, it's not like y'all ain't done me stuff.
Do you realise you've never been faithful to any of your children's mothers?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Do you know there's kids that you've had like that, like gone here, then done that, and then gone back, and then, do you realise that?
Yeah. It's possible to love one person, more than one person.
I
you know?
don't actually care.
I don't
about
believe
who
that.
love in this scenario. Okay? I don't care because I'm saying that there has to be a point in your life where you
That point
actually
in my life
look.
came years
No,
ago.
when you look back and say, I need to fix some shit in my life. To be honest, like I've done a lot of stuff. I'm not saying that it's not
I think that shit all
repairable,
the time.
but where does that come? When does that come?
What do you mean?
It's not now.
What do you know what I've fixed?
What happened yesterday?
Cause I'm Mazza. Like, I'm just...
Okay, but
I'm actually
because
curious what happened yesterday.
you weren't present
Yeah.
and you didn't communicate with your baby mum, or you didn't communicate with your mother. I hate that word as well. But you didn't communicate. What's happened now is that there are too many examples of this, which are very similar to what you were doing years ago.
Because I'm active.
So maybe you just care about your life more than you care about your kids, and that's what you just need to
Nah,
admit.
it's not even like that. Because without what goes on, I wouldn't, like, without the stuff that goes on, you know what I'm saying?
So do you think if
What are you
Kaya
saying?
was your only
He's doing what I
child,
do.
'cause you're saying it's because of...
Oh, no. Listen, let's not be an idiot. If I didn't have a million kids, then yeah. Like, obviously, I'll be able to concentrate on one, but it's just not like that, fam.
Yeah, but there
I
was,
made my bed, I got a line,
there was a
bro.
significant amount of time where it was just Kaya and her brother, and you still wasn't really active
No, but then I was active in
on the
other shit.
road.
So,
What did you accomplish from being on the road?
What?
survival.
But there's nothing tangible that you have.
Only said survival. It's not Blue Story. It's not Top Boy, bro. What's going on? What's going on? See, he said that. I was at the side. Survival. Bro.
All this time that you're saying you
Respect.
spent away, all this time that you spent away from your kids
Respect,
being on the road,
survival,
what
and
tangible thing
respect.
do you have that you can say, this is what I gained?
Wisdom.
Wisdom to still do the same shit.
This guy needs to start with the one-word answers, man. He said survival. Respect. Wisdom. Bro.
that you were doing 14 years ago.
I don't do the same shit.
You do the same thing.
Is that what you think? If I was doing the same shit, I'd be doing a 30 right now.
Probably.
And you know.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, so you know I've calmed the line down a lot.
The only reason why I could even bring you here to have this conversation with you now is because I know you've calmed down, because I couldn't have had this conversation with you years ago.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where I didn't address things with you. I just left you to it because I was too scared to address it because it would always go left.
That's
As
'cause
soon
you
as-
talk shit, cuz.
Everything I've ever said to you has only ever been to do with our child, and it was just for you to do more. And I
Yeah.
let you know that I was struggling. I
Do you
didn't
know what?
lie
I'll give it
about
to
that.
you. You haven't really been...
I left you to it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to
Yeah,
realise
yeah,
people
yeah.
aren't going to change. What can you do? And you know what? Honestly, the moment that I actually came to that realisation that there's nothing I can do, my life has been fantastic from that point because I let everything go. And like I said, I surrounded our daughter with the love that I felt that I can create that for her. If I can't get that from this man, I'm going to make sure she's around my mum. I'm going to make
Have
sure
you ever
she's
sat and thought,
around...
maybe you didn't create that, it just so happened to be that way?
No,
Stop taking credit for shit that
okay.
you actually didn't
When I say
invoke.
create, I mean I went out of my way to make sure that she had a village and a community around
Into
her.
the village, you know?
Yeah, a village.
Shut
because
up.
like I said to you, Your daughter is one of the most amazing 14-year-olds I have ever met. I'm not, I know everyone thinks their child is
Everybody's
amazing.
child's the
No, of course.
Everybody's
Of
child's
course.
the nicest until your
Of
child's not.
course.
You know what I'm saying to you? But she's amazing. She is.
She
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, like, Laverne, I'll come back from work
Yeah.
and there's dinner cooked to me and she's tidy. I don't have to tell her to do anything. Kaya just does. And all she wants is time on her phone and time to watch Netflix. She just does. She's so obedient and she listens and she's so lovely. And I feel like you've missed out on that. Yeah. You've missed out on such an incredible child. You've still got time. But in the time that you've
Why did this guy comes 4 more times with each of the other baby moms?
got, you have to repair what has gone over. You can't just be like when she comes to my house, she's just on her phone. You have to build that relationship because she loves to tell you about her day. She loves to tell you about her favourite things. She can't wait.
No,
but if she
I feel
doesn't
like
have
Kaya
that
is
relationship
quite.
with you,
I feel like sometimes Kaya's quite apprehensive about telling me stuff.
yeah, because
Like,
you
no,
lose
because
that. You actually lose your shit. She's
Yeah, why
scared
have
of
you
you.
told her that? Why have you made out like she can't? I don't hit my
What's
kids.
that got to do with me? Sorry.
I don't hit my kids.
Why is that my fault? I've never
Because
told.
she
I've
told
never.
her. She told me, "Oh, mum told me that what you used to do." And
Yeah, you were very violent. Yeah.
okay, have I been violent towards her?
No, but if she asks me why you're away, and remember, I've never told her about your violence. It's actually her cousins that have told her about your violence. So I've never sat there and ever told her what you do. She knows a lot of what you used to get up to because of her cousins, and her cousins actually told her. I've never made out, but she's very scared of you because she feels like she can't. Every time she wants to say something, she says to me, I don't know if I can tell him because he's just going to lose, he's going to fly off the handle. And I tell her how to approach it. But that should hit you a little bit. Like, your daughter wants to tell you stuff.
And I said it to her when I had a chat. I said to her, look, yeah, you might hear these little whispers, little war stories here and there. Have I been violent towards you?
Me?
No, her. So I said to her, and she was like, no. And I was like, there you go then.
Yeah, but
They're mass murderers, bro, that go home to their wives.
they're mass murderers.
Bro.
Fantastic fathers. Brilliant. They don't even know their dads are out there killing 10, 20 men. My dad died when I was 9.
Why is he talking? Why do you bring up mass murderers, man?
And I've always said this to you. I don't know what it's like to have a father. I have no idea. So I've never wanted a world where my daughter doesn't have her dad. So I've never encouraged anything that would separate you two. And you, in certain circumstances, even made me understand when some people just take their kid and just go. Because you know when you're on an airplane and and they tell you to put the mask on and put it on yourself and then put it on the child afterwards. And that was all about, you have to be the best version of yourself to be the best, to be able to be well equipped to look after your child. And sometimes, because of what we were going through, I was unable to be, it was so much on my head. And the minute I took myself away and just said, you know what, I can't do this anymore, is the first time that I actually felt at peace. And I understood what
away
it...
where?
From when Kai was 8, I stopped calling your phone. I stopped calling you. Whether you want to be her dad or not, it's up to you. I can't come and kill myself. She's 14, she's got a few years until she's an adult where she can make her own decisions. You have time to make an impact, but you also have time to make an impact in your younger children's lives. She's the oldest and she will be an amazing big sister to all of her siblings, but she needs to have a relationship with them. And she can only do that if you actually spend more time with her, get to know her and allow her to...
Like, mass murderers absolve him of being a word, they don't. I know I saw that message later as well. I even forgot the point I was going to make. Oh yeah, the point I was going to make is about her. Bro, the gap is crazy. She was 16 when she had her kid. So she's always going to be 16 years older than her kid. Which is crazy because there are some people whose siblings, there's a bigger gap between their siblings than that. It's crazy. I just deep that.
to be around her siblings. I can't
do.
do that.
I do. Well,
We just have different opinions on that.
look, I'm not saying that, bro, you know, every single time. Like, because you got to understand, like, sometimes I just want to, like, it's not about, I don't want the overlap. Sometimes I want to spend time with that child, like, just me and, you know what I'm saying?
I get that.
But again, and nowadays, a lot of the time when I talk to Kaya, it's actually, oh, you know, Dad, I'm busy, or Dad, I've got this or that.
Yeah.
Oh, and again, I genuinely believe she's at that age, bro, where it's very hard to pin her down to
But
stuff.
then why is she not like that with me and my mum or Paul? If that's the age that she's at. She's not like that with us.
everyone's got that kind of relationship with their dad.
Hey, big shout out to Mex. Big shout out Mex. Welcome.
Where like they love their dad, it's all cool, but you know, like my dad don't play that
Not
shit.
really.
Like.
I
So
think
it's not really like
I know people that have amazing relationships
when
with
I
their
joke
fathers.
around with Kaya, yeah, because you know me, I'm bare joking. When I joke around with Kaya, she doesn't even know how to take it sometimes, and I'm
Because
like,
she doesn't know you.
she knows me.
No, she doesn't know you. She doesn't like sometimes like she.
Do you think
even,
you know me better than Kaya?
Do you know what I will say? I don't think I know you better than Kaya, right? I do think, just have this perspective. Kaya was very nervous to go to like your sister's house or your mum's house or her, and I would say to her, like, go and spend time with your family. Remember, she's half Caribbean, half Nigerian. I'm not Caribbean. So I can't teach her about that culture. And she got to a point where she actually had an identity crisis. She was like, I'm half Caribbean, I don't know anything about the Caribbean, mum. And I said, you know what, you're gonna have to spend more time with your grandma and your aunties and your uncles.
Kaya
And she
was
was
going
nervous.
to-
She was nervous to do that because she felt like she hadn't grown up
See,
with.
no, I'll be real. I can relate to that. Being half Nigerian and half Nigerian, there were times where I'd understand my Nigerian side, but what am I doing? Let me stop. I'm waffling.
Them.
But you should have told her. Do you know how much Kaya was around me and my family
I
growing
told her when she was a baby. I told her this.
up? Not just when she was a baby.
Up until about 3. I'm not going to sit here and say that your family didn't do, because I feel like your
I'm
family
just
were
saying,
fantastic. But I think it was very, very hard for us to have a relationship because you made out to them a lot of the time that the reason why they didn't see her is because I didn't let you see Kaya.
Culture clash is a big issue, big man thing. I kind of had the same thing. Oh yeah, you actually are from 2 different cultures. Yeah. No, speak on it, Max. Speak on it. Enlighten us. Tell us your struggles. We want to know.
And they've told me this.
Yeah, there was times when you wouldn't let me see Kaya.
Wow.
Yeah,
So this whole time I'm telling you that you didn't do enough, but there's times where I didn't let you see her.
Yeah. And you know, it's not that clear cut. There's times where I was probably doing some fuckery and then I had a change of heart and then you just weren't on letting me see her. Don't lie, fam.
Anytime. No, do you know
Don't
what?
lie. Yeah,
Nah,
exactly. I'm sure you didn't even tell me when you moved one time, fam.
What,
Told me
moved to
time.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what. Because
Exactly.
Because
Exactly. So
you
don't-
were violent. So it got to the point where I was just like, no. Back then,
Cause
Lavone.
you're going like I used to kick your head in.
No, but back then, Lavone.
I was a loose cannon, yeah.
You was.
Yeah, alright,
and
cool.
it got to a point where I felt like for the safety of me and my child, it's better that you don't know where we live. And if every time that you wanted to see her, I would make arrangements with you and drop her to your.
Alright, cool. This is Mech's story. The story of Mex. Let's get some Rapman instrumental in the background as I read this. It's peak car. For both my cultures, the other culture don't like the other one. So you'd be forced to pick one to stick by. Keep going, Mex. Keep going. Keep going. Tell us, bro. Tell us. Ah, this guy is hench, bro. Is that it? Damn, I thought there was more. Damn. Anyway, don't take that as me taking it as a joke. I am genuinely interested. But see, that's tough. That's tough. Worse than their daughter situation, car. Having like, let's say for example, I know, is it Turkish and Kurdish people that clash? I don't know. Let's say 2 cultures clash. It's weird, you know. That's for your parents. That's a nice. Yeah, I'm putting you under pressure to write, but. Yeah. I mean, if you got bars, I'll rap them out for you and on the instrumental. But what's it called? Yeah, no, I'll be real. That's a peak culture class. That's a peak culture class. I know mixed race people struggle with it too. They have one side as black and they have one side as white. Those like that specific mix of races. What's it called? And it's like you don't deep that. You know, like black people, as much as they want to deny it, they love to make fun of white people. They'll say that they can't cook. They'll say that they can't do this. They say that they can't do that. But if you're now making these jokes about white people and unseasoned food in front of a mixed race person, it's generally, you're genuinely violating their mum. Like you're genuinely violating their mum. Like they could have grown up eating plantain and spaghetti, and they're gonna have to hold it in and laugh at your jokes because they don't want to be, singled out type thing. So maybe people really need to understand the type of stuff that they're saying. Imagine being Nigerian and Ghanaian, bro. That mix, I'm seeing more and more of it lately. You'd be precious to choose one. I'll be real. I think they just make the best. They make the best of it. I'll be real. They make the best of it. When Ghana's up, they choose Ghana. When Niger's up, they choose Niger. Josh is half and half Nigerian, half Ghanaian. But yeah, no, the culture clash is deep still. It's deep. Well, it can be anyway.
Mum or something, because I just was like, you kicked my door in. You nearly threw my TV out the window. You threw my phone down the stairs. You'd actually damage my property. You broke my window. Do you remember when you punched my window and we had to board it up? You were damaging my things. So I thought, I can't tell you where I live.
Yeah, all right, cool.
And the worst thing is, Kaya saw some of these things, no matter how much I tried to protect her from it. So these are the impressions she has when she thinks, oh, he's a loose cannon.
Kaya is not afraid of me.
But you just said you think she's afraid of you.
No,
Which one
I didn't
is it?
say that. I said I feel like you've told her stuff to make her apprehensive about telling you shit.
Trust me when I say the reason why your child talks to you is because of me. Because the trauma she went through and the lies...
He's smiling like a kid. Bro.
Trauma.
Yes, trauma. I'm using that specific word that she went through when you wouldn't turn up, and the fact that she genuinely was like, I don't want to see my dad anymore. And I would say to her, but your dad loves you. He just needs a little bit of growing up to do. That's just it, babes. He's just got a lot of kids. He's just working a lot. Because I never wanted her to have an impression of you.
But that wasn't the truth, though.
But the thing is,
like you lied.
I didn't want her to have an impression. No, but I didn't think you did. So I was lying to her from my perspective, because I was like, this man cannot love his child. But I did not want her to think that. So I just carried on telling her, you know what, he's
so
just really...
So you think I don't love Kaya?
I think you do now. I don't think you did for a long time. I don't think you had the capacity to love her.
What do you mean?
You concentrated more so on your life than you did your child.
Bro, having a kid is a blessing. People take it. Bro, facts, bro. The Bible says having like loads of children is like having a quiver full of arrows. If you don't know what a quiver is, it's where archers would put their arrows in it. It's like having a quiver full of arrows. You know what I mean? It's a blessing to have loads of children. It don't seem like the Castillo situation as well. No, the Castillo, this is, in terms of the child, is worse than the Castillo situation. In terms of being promiscuous, the Castillo situation is worse. He's saying it's the truth, but he was denying it earlier. I think this is just the weirdest form of character development that we have seen in a long time.
And because you had so many things going on, the road, your other children, the 20 girls.
It does seem like it's a one step forward, one step backward type thing, though.
Get calls from 25. Saying that they were seeing you, this one's your girlfriend, this one's your girlfriend, this one's your girlfriend.
They were never my girlfriend.
I know they were never your girlfriends, but Lerone, you put me, like, why? I would be getting calls. Who's Lerone with? And I'm thinking you're with this one, and I'm like, no, wait, he's with this one. Actually, it just got to a point where I just thought, let me just close my mouth, because I don't actually know who you're with and what you're doing. But 20 girls are claiming to be your girl, and then I'm involved somehow. And it was a lot, and it got to a point where I was like, but you got time to do that. You got time to be at your girlfriend's house. You got time to take her on dates. You got time to buy her stuff, but you weren't there for Kaya. So of course that gives me the impression that you don't love your child.
All right, so is there a resolution to this?
I think I can't tell you what to do. I think you are a grown-ass man and you know the responsibilities that you...
I think it's really deep when you deep, like this is their lives, like it's genuinely their life, like there's no way out of it. Like, she probably regretted getting with the guy. She probably regretted ever meeting this guy soon after whatever happened. But she now has a kid, so she can't quit. The kid's now 14, so she has been living with it, but she probably when the kid reached like a week old, or maybe even before, maybe as soon as the kid was born, she deeps like, I have to live with this. She's forever attached to this guy. because of that child. Eesh. Men and women out there, be careful who you're sleeping with. Be careful who you're getting in entanglements with. This is bad. This is bad.
You have, and I think you just need to act out more on the role that you're supposed to play. And I think you need to communicate a little bit more when you can't do stuff.
I will give you that.
You have other children that you can have an impact on, that you can rectify a lot of those things with.
I generally do believe that, like, you know, my communication is poor. But yeah, I guess that just comes with time, man. Like,
yeah, but how much time do you need? Like, you've had 14 years. You get what I'm saying? It's been a long time. So that's why I said to you, this is a you thing now. This is not something I can tell you. No, but to be honest with you,
since I don't really have that much dealings with you anymore, innit? It's all like really with Kyle.
Yeah, but Kaya, like I said, she'll get to, I've seen her put in the fact your family group chats, where's my dad? So she still has those moments with you where she can't find you. I just think maybe just don't promise her anything and just do things in the moment. It's not the greatest solution, but don't say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna turn up. Just when you know you're an hour away, say, Kaya, are you free? I'd love to see you. Or when you've got something for her, say, Kaya, I've got something. Because it's the over-promise and under-delivering that's causing the issues. And you're doing that still with your other children. So there's a pattern here. I feel like, I'm not saying Kaya's a lost cause. She's 14 and I love who she is. So I'm kind of like, look, she is who she is. It is what it is. But you've got more to come. And there's so many things you can do different. But I don't want someone calling me in a year after this and I'm saying nothing's changed. And I genuinely don't think anything will change.
How many years? Last how many years? You got like I have a child upon child upon child every year.
I think how you move forward is up to you. But I'd hate for us to have this conversation. Like, this is recorded. And then it's a year later, it's like, yep, this is exactly where we were. I'd love to see a change. I don't think you can be perfect. I don't think anyone can be, but I think you can do better personally. I think I can do better. I think we all can, but let's just do better, innit?
It is what it is, homie. Again, I know my shortcomings, which I'm trying to be better.
It is what it is, homie.
But yeah, that's not safe for the fact that I am trying.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all you can really ask.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it went better than it.
No, she did. She has a great attitude. She's very mature. She carried herself well. Big respect. All the women so far has carried themselves well. Her and the woman in the previous one, they carried themselves very well.
Would have gone years ago. I can definitely see that he's matured. Still don't feel like he took a lot of accountability, but I think that's his own journey that he's got to be on. I
feel like Evelyn, you know, she's resigned into the way she's thinking. I've got my own side of it, but there was a lot that I can recount on and say, you know, as a man, she's correct and I just have to move on with it, you know what I mean?
I don't think this is going to change.
Why did he sound so mature just then?
I think she's used to the life that she's had, which is him being not really there, but there sometimes.
Speaking to Evelyn has allowed me to understand a bit better of how my daughter's thinking. This is the person that's around my daughter 24/7. So I would be an ignorant old fool for me to think that Evelyn is not best placed to understand my daughter's.
Word. This is the mature him. The immature him is crazy.
I don't think he's going to learn his lesson because he's still making those same mistakes with his current children. So I think for my daughter, what she needs is the love and support.
You know, it's crazy with 9 children. He's generally had 9 chances to do better. And he hasn't.
That she currently has with me and my family, and that's exactly what I'm going to give to her.
The fact that we've had this conversation today, I'm going to take away from it what I feel I need to, and then hopefully pressing forward I can have a better relationship with my daughter. But I genuinely do think this has helped, yeah.
Next week on Full Disclosure.
Why did he sound so mature? Huh?
But he said to me that he'd only been with you one time. Obviously, I know it's bullshit. I wasn't worth no man putting his hands on me no matter what I said.
I thought this episode was between Lani and a guy. I didn't know it was between these two. Hey, this one must be watched.
I did have slip-ups. So there's moments of weakness where I probably said...
No, I won't spoil it. I can't spoil it for myself. I can't spoil it for myself. Yeah, I can't spoil it for myself. But yeah, that's it. That's the end of the video. Appreciate everyone who stayed until the very end. If you liked, make sure to click the like button. If you mess with my videos, subscribe. If you enjoy watching them anyway, and comment what you think. Is he real? Is he a bot? Is he a bot that's living life on extra hard difficulty? Let me know in the comments. But other than that, thanks for watching. That's Blue J signing out.